Good morning, everybody. Missy, what you doing? There's Missy. Missy and I are out. It is July 14th, and it's going to get up to 31 Celsius, which is like 88 Fahrenheit. And it's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm out here before the sun comes up. Got to get the upper garden and the poolside garden watered, and so I thought we'd start our tour off in our orchard. Let's get started. We don't have a lot of pears, but it's actually not too bad. So I'm happy with what we've got. Like I said, these pears are tasty. So we'll see how they do this year. Next, let's take a look at our cherry tree. We borrowed a net from our neighbors. Their cherries all got eaten, so we've got them covered up. Let's see if we can see them, how they're doing in there. And there's some cherries. We don't have a lot, you know, because it was so focusing on it was so cool this spring that the bees weren't out here. All right, let's head up to the upper garden and the poolside garden. The sun is coming out. So there's our strawberries. We've been eating them. It'll take another year or so, but the plants are looking great. I've got a new mesh over top of them to protect them from the quail and our thief. She loves fruits and vegetables. And then down here, I've got cages around the Roma tomatoes. They're looking good now. I mean, they were looking pretty rough because I had them in pots for so long. But we got tomatoes coming, so I'm happy with how they're looking. Let's take a look at the carrots. Here's our carrots. I've got 4 rows in here. The ones in the front are round carrots, and then I have 3 different types of carrots in the back, trying them out, seeing which ones we like the best, and then that's what I'll grow next year. But I do like the round ones. They're just a little fun thing to do. So let's just pull one, and a trick is push down first and then pull up. So that's just a nice little carrot. And we'll have to eat that one. I'll just leave it here. And let's see what else we've got going on in here. So down here is my cauliflower. Something's ate a bit of the leaves. We don't have any heads forming quite yet, but the plants are nice and big and healthy looking on the overall. Now, one of our not so good successes this year are our beets. We've got some sort of minor insect that's getting into them and eating them. The beets look good. I just didn't get these covered soon enough. And then what we've been eating a lot of lately is our kohlrabi. It's so good. Last night I cooked it up in a stir fry. I've been making slaws with it. And then down here I have 3 broccoli plants that are coming along. And then next I've got my pixie cabbage in here. And down here at the end, of course, is our flower garden, which is looking just amazing. And I actually have some volunteer tomato plants that were in with the compost. But really happy with how I got to get in here and deadhead some of them. But, I mean, look at, they're just so pretty. The colors. And then there's my zinnias, which are coming along really good as well. And just look at those heads on them. So happy with this. So here's our corn patch. I had started all the corn in trays 2 different times. So we have bigger corn in the back, smaller corn in the front, but it's all growing really good. I got 1 Mexican red bean, and I have, because the first batch I planted, that's all that came up. So I've got more seeds, planted them in here. Got to get these watered, and I love the Mexican red beans. And these are for dried. These are so that we can eat them throughout the winter, make chilies, etc. with it. Let's check out the blueberries. So our blueberries are doing great. Oops, one of them fell off. I'm gonna eat that one. Looks good still. So I need to get out here and pick some of them. They're liking their pots. So I do have a video that I'm gonna post shortly on how I did this and set it all up. But we got some blueberries coming. Need to cover them up so the birds don't get into them. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I really didn't expect anything this year. And we've got blueberries. All right, I just need to get the corn watered and the beans and get down to the lower garden. I forgot about the rhubarb that's up here. Mom had harvested it just a week or so ago. Made heavenly rhubarb jam, but they're coming back great. And I'm definitely gonna be starting some by seeds right away just to see how long it takes so I can know what to do in the spring. But yeah, we need to get some more. Just look at that as I'm watering the beans and corn. That's my view. You really can't beat that for a view in the morning. What a way to start the day. Are you guys having fun? Yes. Here's our garden beds on this side. I've already been harvesting broccoli. I'm going to cut some more out of here today. The heads are looking good. So we'll get those out. I've already got a couple heads in the house. The smaller ones I'll let grow. I'm hoping this will grow some little ones. We'll see what happens. And then cabbage is looking wonderful. Let's take a closer look at that. Oh, and then there's our tomatoes. So here's our cabbage, and I'm going to harvest them all today. All the heads are hard, and we have some that are starting to split. So we'll just stir fry those today for lunch. But what I'm going to try to do is what I've seen somebody else do is cut the heads off, leave the bases, and they say your cabbage will grow back. So we're going to try that, and we are making sauerkraut. So here's what my tomatoes are looking like outside. We got some really good, like look at that. Those tomatoes there, they're looking really good. The plants are healthy. I just got to get them tied up better. And we've got a little one there that's almost ripe. I've already ate a couple tomatoes, so not bad. Need to get in here tomorrow and pick our peas. Want to get the pea plants out of here right away. And oh yeah, here's my Brad's Atomics. So we'll see. They're proper color this year. Last year I had red ones. We've got radishes coming. Radishes. We got raspberries coming. Got more tomatoes over on this side. And I mean, look at these ones. These are my red pearls, and this is just gonna be loaded. So I'm really excited about this. Oh yep, there they're coming. That's my sun gold. And so I've got purple bumblebees, yellow bumblebees, all sorts of things. Okay, let's move on to the next bed of tomatoes. Here is my Romas, and we've got all sorts of nice tomatoes coming. They're loaded up pretty good. And then over here is my Manitoba tomato plant. Took some time to get going, but we are starting to get tomatoes in there. And then we've got my cucumbers that are coming. Everybody's loaded. And these are the pickling ones. So there they are. My dill. I just am not having success with dill at all. It's already going to seed and it's only like 12 inches tall. Oh, look at all those Roma tomatoes in there. Like, I mean, look at them coming. So really excited. So down here I've got another 2 Manitobas, and then here I just got a bunch of zinnias just to add some pops of color. And then we have cantaloupe, and there's a baby cantaloupe coming there. I pruned it. I pruned a whole lot off of here. And then on this side I've got zucchini coming, and I keep pruning back leaves so that the bees and stuff can get in here. So I've got a bunch here that are looking great. It looks like a couple of those didn't get pollinated. Oh, look it. Let's see, can we get them? There's our bee doing its job. Oh yeah, and I've ladybugs. Really happy about the ladybugs. Here's my Molly's ground cherries. And I thought they were going to be taller, but we'll see. And then look at this. Look at that zinnia. Isn't that gorgeous? So I am actually going to let this one go to seed because I want to save seeds. Oh, more bees. Yay. And then over on this side, in this bed, we've got watermelon. And I'm just going to let it grow and drop off the side. Oh, let me show you. Hollyhocks. There. And down there. Now, these hollyhocks are different than most of the ones around here. They're usually like really bushy at the bottom. But because I transplanted them, they lost all the bushy leaves from the bottom. But, okay, so now I've got my green beans here. And yesterday I put on a shade cloth over the trellis because some of the beans were getting burnt. And I have 4 different varieties in here. Now these ones have already started to climb. I thought these were climbing. I'm thinking I've got bush. And over here, same thing. I think those are bush. These ones I know are climbing. And then on the other side are my pepper plants. You can see my little peppers growing there. This one's got a lot of peppers on it. Oh, look at those ones. Just loaded. And then over here, I have a purple. Oh, and another one's coming. So that's a good 3.5-inch pepper in length. And then I just got some dahlias at the end and marigolds. And then here is pimento. I want to do some vegan cheese and you need pimentos and I can't find any in the stores. So the pepper plants are doing great. And then here's my San Marzano tomatoes. And again, we got a bee in there doing its job. It always makes me happy when you see bees in the plants doing what they need to do. And really got some tomatoes in here. I pruned the bottoms. I will need to get in here. Oops, I'm probably making you dizzy. I will need to get in here and prune some of the other greenery out, but loads of flowers. Loads, I mean the bees. I'm so happy. They're just buzzing all over the place. And I think I got a good shot on the other side. Let's go around. Oh, before we do that, let's do a close-up. I mean, look at those hollyhocks. Aren't those pretty? All right, other side of the San Marzanos. Look at all those tomatoes coming. Just loaded. So real happy about that. We got flowers coming on our blackberries. So we're going to get some fruit this year, which is great. But I want to show you this. Just got all the artichokes into their 10-gallon pots. And we got a globe already. So excited about that. Let's go check out the greenhouse. This new screen on here, I love it. It's magnetic, so it just pops back together. And these 3, this one here, here, and here were suckers that I cut off and planted, and they're coming great. Now I got a red one on my Russian cherry, but I'm not happy with the plants. I don't think I'll be growing again. I do have a Russian one outside. My tomatoes have not done well in the greenhouse. I pulled all these ones out, and you can just tell. Those ones down there, just not looking good. But my tomatoes on this side are looking good. So I'm not sure if it's, I forgot to put new compost in the center, so that could be it. But my kale on this side, doing great. My zucchini plants are doing great in here. And then there are a bunch of tomatoes coming in here. So these ones are doing great. And I finally got around to doing some succession planting. So I've got broccoli, spinach in the middle, and beets coming up. And then I've got a bunch of different lettuce. Looks like I need to get some watering down. That's dry. And then, like I said, these tomatoes are looking fabulous. Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, I think it's a bumblebee sunrise, but it's a different shape. And we got, I gotta check my water. I've got irrigation set up in here, but these are not looking great. So I'm gonna have to take a look at them. The celery is all doing good in their little milk cartons. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, it gets watered tomorrow morning. I might have to turn it on for 2 days, but the far eggplant is looking good. They're starting to grow, so we'll just wait and see what happens. All right, let's get outside. Isn't that pretty? I really like nasturtiums. So let's just take a look back here, and we'll do a sweep. Blackberries and artichokes, tomatoes, peppers, beans, cantaloupe, and then zucchini, cucumbers, more tomatoes. Raspberry bushes are looking great. The potatoes, not so much. I'm gonna have to water those again, but really happy with how the garden's coming. Our raspberries are down low because last year's bushes, because of the heat, were pretty low, but next year they will be high. The rock garden with all the portulacas is looking beautiful. Got lots and lots of colors. They're just beautiful, beautiful flowers. So really happy how this is looking. It's really pretty. Let me take a farther view. And there it is, a view of the whole rock garden with all the portulaca. So our hibiscus, bush, tree, shrub, whatever it is, isn't blooming yet, but this is the last part of our garden tour, and it's looking beautiful. I mean, look at the roses, and the glads will soon be flowering. We got a stalk there. All the snapdragons. The dahlias are looking great. And the zinnias. And look at these ones, I think are just gorgeous. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? So I'm gonna have to take pictures and label them all for the winter, so I know what I have next year. And, oops, just got in a shadow. And there's our teddy bear sunflower. Looks like we should start getting ahead pretty soon. So, happy with how it's looking. I'm wrapping up this video a couple days later and just reflecting at the end of another day and the beauty that is around me. I'm really quite happy with how everything's turning out. The vegetables are looking great and growing great. You know, I've had a few mishaps, but that's what gardening's all about. Some things work, some things don't. Some things are better than expected. It's work. And I'm really happy with how everything's going. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and watch out for my next video. Take care, everybody, and goodbye from My Mini Homestead.